No, once you have your first one done, you can basically take the circle. That way, you saw how close I came to that one edge. That was right on, like, I mean, another 1/4 inch. And then you just take something, mark your hole, and that's where you're going to drill your center hole. So once you have one done, you can use it as a guide for all the other ones. So we go right there.
Smart. I think it's fun to watch more than do, but it seemed a little slow, but I did it, and it looks good. Yay! My first circle. Thank God Dan was helping, because I wouldn't have been able to do it by myself. I'm not really great with saws, so I was a little afraid, but it was easy.
So we now have 3 perfect, identical circles.
I love it.
And these are, you can't get any more perfect than this. These are perfect, perfect, perfect.
Well, thank you.
Some people say, well, why use plywood? That's going to get damaged out in the weather. Plywood's easy to use, and we're not going to do that on this particular process, but what you do is you put Thompson's water sealer and a clear coat enamel, load it, and it'll protect it. You can even put some thin fiberglass resin, just paint it on like paint. All you want to do is waterproof this. So
what about the edges? Does it matter that they're a little rough?
They're actually not rough at all. They're if you look really close, Denise doesn't really know what she's talking about. She's being silly. They're actually very smooth.
All right, yes, you're right. They're very smooth.
No splinters, no nothing. That's it's probably the finest edge you'll ever see, right? Actually, if you go a lot,
Can you just sand them down if you
you
want
can.
to?
You can sand them, but you don't want to like throw the distance off. So you don't want to over sand them.
Okay.
Just if you like sanding stuff, knock yourself out. Make them nice and shiny. Okay, here we go.
Do it.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of these. We're going to keep one hole. That's going to be our centerpiece. We're going to take 2 of these, and we're going to cut the inner part out. Now normally we throw the outer scraps away. In this case, we're actually going to be using it, and you're going to be left with 2 inner circles that are, you can use them for whatever, flywheels, whatever you want to do, or a smaller wind turbine. So you could not waste wood. But we need a about a 3-inch wide outer ring. So all we do is move the saw in. Now with this cut, since we're using the outer part, you want this outer bevel to be as smooth as possible. So this cut we're going to do a lot slower. We're just going to nudge it and turn it to where we have a nice smooth finish. So I'm going to show you the first one, we'll do the second one, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we want to go in 3 inches. So since the last cut was 15, this one should be 12, and I actually have a hole right there at 12 inches. Again, my saw is unplugged. Anytime I do measurements, unplug the saw, safety thing. So we're going to go ahead and cut this next circle. Okay, so now that we've got our measurements, by the way, if you don't have one of these, you can take a bolt and tighten it down through. This makes it a lot easier because the changeouts are instant. We do an exact 1/4 inch hole. That way there's not play. You don't want to have play, or otherwise you won't have a perfect circle. So, we've got this circle that we're going to be cutting. I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing. And here we go. Again, the push stick over by the blade, can't lose any fingers in. Mine's about 20 inches long, so I wish. Okay. Okay, anyways, here we go. Remember, we're doing this really, really slow. this victim on the table saw is going to be thrown away. Actually,
Don't throw it away. It's so pretty.
actually, you can use it to make a smaller turbine
It could be like a little tabletop or something too.
or a tabletop.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is what we're going to use. Now, you're going to notice on this that there is a nice bevel here. Okay, this is going to be the top of the vertical turbine. So, you want the bevel to go in for the top. This is a little rough. So, what we do, just you can lightly sand that down. But this is going to be the top, and it's also going to be the bottom, and the one in the middle is going to stay solid. We're going to run some support beams. The reason that we do this is so you can have access to the inside, and also it makes it lighter, and it also makes it look nicer, and also you get better wind flow through it versus just a big round
I have
goofy
a
tube.
question for you. How did you get that bevel again?
The bevel actually happens from the blade. That's what the outer, the bevel's cause. That's the reason that you can't just cut this in one complete turn, because you'd bend the blade. So what happens is the back of the blade is actually, because it's round, as it turns, it creates a straight angle on the inside, but the outside, you're actually hitting the round part of the circumference of the blade does this. So it's just, you just can't do it any other way. You can see
Well, it looks great. It's perfect.
when this was the inner part, it's a perfect circle. When it's the outer part, it creates a bevel. So we're going to do one more, and then we're going to go from there. All right, so what you want to do, the proper way to do this, take your two rings, put them facing each other, just exactly how you plan on them. Actually, they would be the other way. What you want to do is take your two rings. This is going to be the bottom, so you want that flange coming in. This is the top. You want that one coming in this way. Get them as close as you can. Then take your top piece and set it on there, like this. All right, we've got them. Now what you're going to do is flip it over so that everything is nice and tidy like that.
Okay.
And then we are going to drill, we're going to put our wood screw about 1.5 inches, because the blade depth is not going to go like that. Now, this is a trick. The proper way to do it would be to pre-drill. You see the screw is going to go right down and stop just short.
These are 1 5/8?
Yes. These are actually 1 1/4 screws. These
Oh,
are
okay.
1 1/4 screws. So
Okay.
you don't want to come out the other side because you'll have a sharp piece. You can pre-drill this so you don't split the wood. There's a little trick with fine drywall screws only. Only works with those.
Going in reverse.
All right. All right, now, what you do is you actually start it just normal like you would. You put your drill on the high speed, then you reverse it. Now, what that does is that strips that hole out. Then you just go back. You don't want to go all the way down, though, because you won't have anything to grab onto. And there, those are sandwiched
Oh,
together.
that's perfect, Dan.
So I'm going to do the opposite side. We're going to do the same thing over. I'll show you that little trick one more time.
That's a great trick.
Again, if you go over here, you might hit that with the saw when we cut the ridges. Make sure everything's lined up. You start it, reverse it, grab it.
I'm going to try one.
Denise is going to try one. Right. Let's see.
Right here. It'll be like right over here.
Right here.
Okay, I'm going to start it, and then I'll go in reverse.
Hold on, go the other way. Okay, stop.
Yeah, but I was already
Now
in
reverse it.
Still?
Now push down hard.
And forward?
Reverse. Push down hard and reverse. Go ahead. Push.
I
Keep
got
going.
it.
Right about there. Now stop.
Okay.
Now slowly. Go
Got it,
slow.
got it.
Now you stripped it out, but that's okay. That should hold.
Okay.
Yeah. It's no. It's not. But anyways, you don't want to go too far down. So you just want to go like this. Get it started. Reverse it to about there. And then just stop. What she did. This is barely grabbing on the backside. So what she did was when she got down to where it grabbed, she kept the drill going and it just stripped it out. So
Aw,
not a big deal.
man.
Typical rookie mistake.
Dan makes everything look so easy. Which it really is, but I should try it again.
Guys, barely squeeze the trigger. All right. Denise just did one.
I did it?
Perfect.
That was really easy.
It's not that hard. You just want to go really slow when you start to feel it grab. So we've got this. Now, what do you do with this? And what's the point in putting all these together?
Yeah, really, Dan.
Well, here, we're going to show you.
Show me.
The reason that we're doing this is because you now have a nice table. This isn't really about a windmill. Just kidding. What you do from this point, mark out sections with the crisscross here. We're going to do, this would be a 4-blade design. Okay, if we did 2 more, that'd be an 8-blade design. If we split that, we could do 16 blades, and that's exactly what we're going to do, a 16-blade design. So we're going to get this marked, but we're also going to do that now. Once we have the blades, once we have the spots marked, we're going to take this, put it on our table saw, cut it, pick it up, turn it, cut it, turn it, cut it all the way around so we have 16 slats. By doing them all at the same time, we take away the process of cutting times 3. It makes these stable because they don't have a center, so there'd be nothing to grab onto. Since they're all cut from the same, this center circle, it's perfect for all of them, so all of that's going to be good. And you cut your work in half by 1/3. No chance of errors. And then we're going to also make some extra grooves that's going to hold these together, that's going to make our tower, so then we can add the blades.
Right now it seems a little complicated,
It's
but
not
it
that,
won't be.
it'll be fine.